The Rulebreakers promo is coming Friday at 6 PM, and today I'm going to be showing you my Team 1 concept cards and most importantly the new loading screen predictions. As we got the ones we got at 6 PM, I'm going to be showing you my cards that I think are going to be on that loading screen. Now, getting into this video now, as you know, last year we did get rule breakers for the first time ever. We got a Team 1 and a Team 2, both with 11 players. And basically what this was, instead of Ultimate Scream, EA decided not to do it anymore and make these rule breaker cards, which basically they have one stat that's very highly upgraded, one stat that's a bit downgraded, and then the rest slightly upgraded. That's the best explanation I could think of. And as you can see, here's the card design that we did get teased on a loading screen a few days ago. I think it looked a bit similar to the ones to watch one. Like, I don't get the real hype around it. I think it's nice, but I don't think it's as good as people think. However, with dynamics and stuff, it could be absolutely incredible. Shout out to this guy who put the Rule Breakers official design on FIFA Roosters. If you do want to know how I designed these cards, go check out the video I made a few months back. Link in the description. But yeah, let's get into the loading screen explanation first. As you know, at 6 PM we did get this loading screen with a right wing with 88 pace, 86 shooting, a Liverpool player with 90 pace and English, and also an Austrian player who's 86 rated with 89 dribbling. Now on the left I went with Ousmane Dembele because I think his stats, with the rule breakers rule of one stat getting slightly downgraded and one getting massively boosted, I think he'll get a pace downgrade but a shooting upgrade. In the middle I thought it was Trent Alexander-Arnold. I really want it to be him because his pace at the moment is not usable for a right back. If it gets boosted up massively to 90, I reckon he could lose some passing as well. And on the right I went with LAIMER. At first I thought it was going to be Sabitzer, but then I realized he does have a once to watch, which is already an upgradable item, and that kind of lowers his chances of being in the promo, I think. So yeah, LAIMER with that massive dribbling upgrade, I reckon he could lose a lot of physical because of that. However, this card's still going to be absolutely insane if it comes out. So those are the players that I think are going to be on the loading screen. Let me know down below if you agree with me or not. Let's move on to my Team 1 concepts. First up, we've got POGBA, who was in the promotion last year. I think EA could lack creativity again this year and reuse some players from last year. POGBA would be a very good one though, because his card's a bit weird. Like, it has not great shooting and not great defending. I reckon EA could release another POGBA with really high defending, but they'll probably lower his passing capabilities. Because of this, I think it will still be an absolutely insane card and definitely very expensive and popular. Similarly with POGBA, I think EA could be releasing another Dries Mertens rule breaker card this year. Last year's card was very popular, and this year I think it will be again. Looking at the face stats, he doesn't look great, but in-game his gold is very overpowered, and I think EA could be making his physicals much higher so he can play more up front and hold up the ball better, but they could be decreasing his dribbling because of this. Next, I've included Pepe, a very popular starter card this FIFA. Somehow he has 80 pace and he's 38 years old. I don't know how, but yeah, I reckon EA could up his dribbling massively on his card, but they'll probably downgrade his physicals if this happens. I reckon he'll still be very usable. Next is going to be Antony. Now, I did mess up on this one a bit. As you can see, you're thinking 60 passing, what are you doing? Well, with this one, I've upped his shooting massively. I reckon EA would do that if they released him, and I've downgraded his passing a bit too much. We'll have to wait and see if he's included. Next is going to be another Brazilian. It's going to be FABINHO. Now, with this one, it's kind of similar. I may have downgraded his physical a bit too much. And now, probably Trent Alexander-Arnold or Henderson is going to be in this promo. I don't think EA include two players from the same club, which probably means Fabinho won't be in it. But this card would be insane for Team 2. His pace would probably get upgraded a lot because he's really bad pace on his card. However, he'd probably suffer in the physical or defense stat, but he'd still be very usable because you could just whack a shadow to boost the stats back up. This card would be a very popular one. Next is going to be JORGINHO. Now, this one isn't as good as some of the others, but I thought I can't be boosting his pace too highly. He only has like 55 pace on his gold card, I think it is. So I've upped that by 20, which is still a massive increase. And I've decreased his passing stats. I reckon this card will be decent, but I don't think it's going to be as good as someone like Fabinho, because the rest of his stats are still low 80s or just 70s, so it's not the best card, but it's still a very nice, well-rounded card. Next is going to be Philippe Coutinho. Now, these concepts are mostly players who are kind of unusable, and I've made them usable. Similar with Coutinho, I've upped his pace massively, but I have decreased his passing quite a lot, maybe a bit too much, but this guy is going to be very, very popular. Lots of links. Nice La Liga links as well with all the Barca players like De Jong road to the knockouts. And yeah, this card would be very sick if it comes out. Next is a really insane card, and it's going to be MILINKOVIC-SAVIC. Now, I've upped his pace by 20. Again, ups it to 90. I think if he comes out, it will be a bit less than that, but it will be high 80s or at least mid 80s, which is still very nice. But I've decreased his physical by 10. So this card will be a very well-rounded CDM. I know his Club Nation links aren't the greatest, but still, if you have a Serie A team, this guy will be absolutely incredible. Next is going to be Mats Hummels, another player who is very unusable and considered as SBC fodder. I've now upgraded his pace massively to make him actually pretty decent. He already has very good defensive stats. I've just lowered his physical, which isn't too bad if you put a shadow or an anchor on him to up the physical stats. I think this guy would be a decent looking card. It wouldn't be the greatest centre back. I don't think he'd be that expensive, but he'd still be a very usable centre back card for Bundesliga teams. Next is going to be EMBOLO. Now, this isn't too much about him being unusable, but currently he's just a bit too low rated, like his inform, to be really, really used. However, if he gets a rule breaker card, I reckon this would be a very nice item. He already has incredibly high pace stats, and if he got an upgrade to the dribbling, which is what I've given him a massive boost in, I reckon this guy would be way more hyped up. The links aren't the greatest again, so I don't think he'd be too pricey as well. However, in-game, I reckon he'd be an absolute tank in the striker position. Next is going to be Dimitri Payet. Now, this one's going to be a pretty nice card if he's released. I've given him a massive boost to his pace, and I've also converted him to a centre attacking mid instead of a left wing. I think he'll be much better there. I have downgraded his passing a lot because of the pace boost. However, with the right chem star, I think he'll be very hyped up because of the links he offers, which are very nice. And yeah, I reckon this guy is going to be very good in game as well. Moving on to the objective player, I've picked WEIGL. Now, the reason why I picked him as an objective is because if he came in packs, I really think he'd be near discard, just because his card doesn't look the greatest. There's a lot of cards like this in the game already. However, his links are quite nice because there's a lot of overpowered Liga NOS players that could be in this promo as well, like Pepe. So he gives links to him, and also he links with Germans, so the Bundesliga links would be sick as well. And yeah, I don't think the card would be too amazing, but I think it would still be nice with that massive pace boost I've given him. Unfortunately, another stat would have to get downgraded, but it would be a good card for free. And of course, as the SBC player, I had to pick none other than NANI. Of course, the Keylor Navas meme, put him into the NANI SBC. This would be incredible for the memes. I also think it would be a very nice card to get an SBC because of his 5-star, and also Portuguese links. It doesn't matter these in the MLS. I'd give a massive pace boost to him to make him usable. His passing may have to be sacrificed a bit. However, with a chem style, this card could be very dangerous. And last year, his 5-star cards were very, very good in this game. Alright guys, so those are my Team 1 predictions for Rule Breakers. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you agree with some of the choices. Don't forget to follow my Twitter where I posts like this. We got a Kante SBC today, and he was leaked earlier today, so I posted my prediction for his stats, and it was actually not far off, to be honest. As you can see, this is the Kante we got, and the one I predicted stats wise was not far off at all, so make sure you follow that. I post exclusive stuff on there before it goes on Instagram or YouTube. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I will be live as always on Friday at 5 PM until probably around 7 or 8, maybe later, because I'll be opening a lot of packs for the promo and I'll be playing some gameplay, etc. Make sure you're there. But yeah, until next time, peace.